access to the hearings themselves. They're not given access to the transcripts. Many of those who are walking through these halls, who are telling you they are either for or against impeachment, have no access to the information that's necessary for them to come to that conclusion. This is a process being done in secret and is absolutely a violation, I believe, of both the constitutional provisions, but also the rights of the American public. And now I'd like to introduce Steve Scalise, who not only is our whip, but is an American hero. Steve?
Thank you. I want to share the alarming concerns of my colleagues, Mr. Turner and Mr. Fonsi, talking about what is happening behind closed doors. Everybody in America should be alarmed that right now, here in Congress, there is an impeachment inquiry going on to the President of the United States, and the public is not allowed to see it, the press is not allowed to see it, and members of Congress that aren't on the relevant committees are not even allowed in the room or able to see the transcripts of what's going on over there. Every American ought to be alarmed that they're literally trying to reverse the results of the 2016 election behind closed doors in secret, run by a chairman, Adam Schiff, who has a very, very concerning track record of telling the truth. And you can go back to the Mueller investigation. For 22 months, you had Chairman Schiff running around saying he had more than circumstantial evidence that there was collusion with Russia. And at the end of the report, you saw the Mueller report, there was no collusion. And Schiff never showed any evidence. He's never come forward with this evidence that he ran around for over a year and a half claiming that he had. And instead, he just moved on to the next baseless charge against the president, because from day one, their intention was to impeach the president regardless of fact. In fact, you've got dozens of members of Congress who have come out in support of impeachment and can't tell you one high crime or misdemeanor, which is the standard in the Constitution. And they haven't even been able to have access to the transcripts themselves in many cases. And yet they say they're for impeachment.
No access. The press has no access. The Republicans have no access. Nobody has access. This is done in high secrecy. And you're telling me we're living in the Republic of the United States of America? It sounds like we're living in China, Cuba, Venezuela, I don't know, North Korea. It's just very sad what's going on. Everybody should be alarmed. I told you, the Democratic Socialist Communist Party, that's what it's called, it wants to unseat a president of the United States in a way where they want to start the process, obviously with their right arm, the NBCs of the world and the CNNs of the world, obviously, and the misinformation news. But this is alarming. This is alarming. Now, I'm not going to get much into the scary part because you still need 20 Republicans. I've been saying this. You need still 20 Republicans in the Senate. And they're not going to find 20 Republicans in the Senate. This is just, they just want to keep going, the whistleblower and all that. They have no proof. No proof. Okay? And a sitting president cannot be indicted. That's why get out there and vote. And vote as many as you can. Get out there. Tell all your friends to come and vote. Get out there and vote for the Republicans, for Donald Trump. Because, God forbid if the Democrats win, open borders, forget about regulations, I don't know. We'll be. I don't even want to think about it. How high the taxes are going to go. But you just heard Mr. Scalise here. I mean, I got shot, by the way. Good he's out there. We're living in very scary times right now. To unseat a president, it can happen to me. It can happen to everybody. In secrecy. This is not This is not Benghazi where it was secret. There was a lot of classified information about the army, and the president can't even bring lawyers in there. It's just impossible. Anyway, scary times. Scary. Go out there and vote Republican. Democrat is just a bunch of fascist socialists. Scary. It's very scary. For people out there, especially the middle ground liberals, they'll say, no, I still hate Trump. Well, you'll see what's going to happen.
A president of the United States. It's very alarming that you're seeing this going on. And not only is the press denied access, in many cases, the only information they're able to get are leaks, as it's been pointed out before, that have been undermined in their own credibility because they've been proven baseless later on. And so you have a drip drab of leaks that come out over and over again, many of which have been disproven. And that's the only method we have of finding out information on a movement to impeach a president of the United States. This is a mockery of the process. People across the country should be alarmed that this is going on in secret behind closed doors. You can't even, the majority leader, when I asked him last week, are we in an impeachment inquiry? Wouldn't even give a straight answer to that. Should be a very simple question. It's only happened 3 times in the history of our country where an impeachment inquiry into a president of the United States happened. And in every case, the full Congress voted first. There were rules established of fairness so that you could at least see what was going on. That's not happening right now. There's never been a vote of Congress. There are no fairness issues. In fact, the majority leader calls it a fair process. And I questioned him on it, and I said, so you're going to call it a fair process when members of Congress can't get access to the information, the press can't get access to the information, the only witnesses called are witnesses that are called by the majority. The minority has no rights to call witnesses or to subpoena. And you're going to call that a fair process? That doesn't pass the smell test with people across the country who are growingly appalled that this is happening behind closed doors in secret. And to quote the lead author of the articles of impeachment on the Democrat side, he said, the president will get reelected if we don't impeach him. You don't impeach a president because you don't like the results of an election. The American people ought to be the ones that decide who the president is, not Speaker Pelosi and Adam Schiff behind closed doors in secret. And with that, I'm going to bring up the minority leader, Kevin McCarthy.
Thank you, Steve.
Anyways, my name is Samuel Ezerza for the SE channel. I'm sure you know the rest. So, he just said it best. We're living in China, man. I'm telling you, we're living in China. This is China. This is China. Rights, they want to take away the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, all the amendments out. I know, I see it coming. I see it coming. And only a few will have the power, only a few will have a lot of money. That's socialism. And I'm scared for the younger generation who thinks socialism is good. But anyways, God forbid. Take care. And like I said, if you want to help me, maybe I'll have a Patreon channel or something, or a Patreon link somewhere. Been demonetized again just for putting up Trump rallies. They're crazy, these people. Take care. God bless.